This test project has 5 markers. We will use the markers to produce this project as an MP4 with Smart Player so it will get a table of contents. Our production will be configured to export the Smart Player files for hosting. By default, there is a practical limit to how much text can be in a marker or TOC label. For example, I'll click number 2. I have some text on my clipboard. I'm going to highlight what's there, paste it, Control V, space, and paste it a second time. And as you can see, the second got cut off. You can get around that limitation by editing the project file directly with a text editor and entering the long text there. I'm going to navigate to the location in Explorer where I have the project file. I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit it in a product called Notepad++. Then I'm going to open the Find dialog, which is Control F, and I'm going to look for a string for the marker that I want to change, and that's MARKER number 2, Enter key, and I've navigated to that. What I'll do is highlight what's there and paste what's on my clipboard. So that's Control V, and I'm going to do it a second time, Control V. So now we have some pretty long text there. I'm going to save those changes. I'll go back to the project. Control H calls up the home screen. I'll double tap the same project and reload it. Now I can see that I have long text in that marker. If I hover here, I can see that both paste actions are visible. I'm now going to go ahead and produce this. Control E. I'm going to make an MP4 with Smart Player. Export. And I'm going to open that location. Here's the launcher. I'm going to double click it. And I'll play it and pause it. Open the TOC. As you can see, our long text is now completely viewable in the default table of contents. Back in the project file that's open in Notepad, I'm going to add even some more text to that long value. So it's space Control V. Once again, I will save it. We'll go back to Camtasia, Control H, double tap, project reloads. I'll select, and as you can see by hovering, that longer text is even visible in the editor. However, I'm going to produce it. Control E, export, overwrite, open, launch, play, pause, open the TOC. You can see that the third copy of that text is no longer visible in the TOC. It's being cut off. To fix that problem, we're going to do some edits in the cascading style sheet that was exported with the file set. We'll locate that in the skins folder, in the remix folder, and I'm going to right click and edit the cascading style sheet with Notepad. I'm going to search for text string 252px, that stands for 252 pixels, which is the default width of the table of contents. I'll find that, find next, and we've located it. So we're going to make this wider, and I'm going to make it 1,000 pixels wide. I'm going to save the change. We'll go back to the exported file set, and we're going to go up 2 levels and relaunch the video. Play it, pause it, open the TOC, and now we can see the entire text string in the marker displayed as a wide single line. In this case, the table of contents is 1,000 pixels wide. Back in the cascading style sheet, I can also edit the opacity of the table of content. It's fairly dark. I'm going to lighten it by changing this value to 50%. It's currently 85, so that's 50%. Save. We'll go back to the file set, relaunch, play, pause, open, and now the table of content is a lot less dark when you view it. Back in the style sheet, I'm going to lighten it even further. I'll change the opacity to 25%. I'll make that save. Go back to the file set, relaunch, play, pause, open. Now you can see that the table of content is very transparent. I can get rid of this altogether if I want to, the background. Back in the style sheet, we'll change this to 0, save, relaunch from the file set, play, pause, open, and now we have no background cover at all to the table of content, yet it's still quite usable. And by way of quick review, this is the table of content for 0% opacity, 25%, 50%, 85%.